what I have up here is called the Friedman Box, and this is named after a famous economist, Milton Friedman. And if you want to understand the debates in Washington, there are two economists you can study. One is Keynes, the other is Friedman, and they're on the right and left respectively. So Friedman had some very, I think, profound and clear insights about how people behave in economies, in market economies. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about how Friedman viewed the world and how the world actually works. And we're setting aside whether the world should work this way. This is just how the world works. So what this depicts is how people spend money. So up here is on whom the money is spent and whose money is spent. Okay, this box, this is when you spend your money on yourself. This is the box of maximum efficiency. So what this means is if you want to buy a new car, you want to buy a computer, you're very careful about how you shop. You try to find the best price, you do price comparisons, and this is the most efficient type of activity in the economy. And then these two boxes on the sides are less efficient. Here you're spending your money on someone else, okay? So this is when you might go buy a gift, okay? You may not buy yourself a new computer, but you're buying it for somebody else. You may be a little more loose with your money than you would if you're just buying it for yourself. So it's still efficient, but best price is not the highest value. There are other values at play, again, in the gift example, okay? This corner is you're spending your money on someone else, okay? So this is the government economy when it's working as best as it can. These are the good faith public servants like Max who want to spend money efficiently, okay? But you still have agency travel, you have junkets, so it's not always efficient where you're, or another example is if you're traveling on the company's dime, okay? Are you going to buy the cheapest breakfast, or are you going to spend a little bit more and have a nicer breakfast? So again, not the most efficient, but not the least efficient. And here you have the least efficient box, okay? This is when you're spending someone else's money on someone else. And this is the government economy at its worst. And this is most federal spending, including what I would describe as the president's stimulus project, where you take other people's tax money and you spend it on other people. And that tends to be the least productive allocation of capital in a market economy. So one reason I'm a Republican is I believe we want to keep as much capital in this box as possible and as little in this box as possible, okay? And we'll talk about how to correct, and this isn't to say the market's perfect or it should work this way, this is just how people behave.